Oh boy, just bought myself a brand new GeForce RTX 5070. Time to put it into my PC. Man, I can't wait to experience ray tracing. Time, and especially to get away from that old 3DFX voodoo I have in here. Oh boy, can't wait. Hang, hang on a second. What do you mean you only support Windows 10? Why don't you support Windows 98, man? NVIDIA, why? Why don't you support Windows 98? Windows 98 was released only a few years ago. Definitely not like a few decades ago. And why do you need PCI 6? Why do you need PCIe and a 750 watt power supply? Why can't you just work in this PC with a PSU from 1996 with 300 watts and only PCI, no PCIe? Sad. Well, guess it's time for an upgrade of the entire PC. Fortunately, I can't put a 5070 in this 30-year-old beast. Yep, that's right. I got myself a new PC. So, I have a few things to say first. It's been far too long since I've been dealing with this laptop. So, look here. The problem is that this laptop, it has a decent CPU, okay? It's got a Ryzen 5 with 6 cores and 12 threads. It's based on the Zen 2 architecture. But here's the problem with it, okay? This laptop has integrated Radeon graphics. It is completely garbage, okay? Which is the main reason why this thing only costed me back in like 2020, late 2020, like 500, no, like 450 to 500 bucks, okay? So yeah, it's not great, okay? It's for gaming, it is horrible, okay? Like for general usage, like watching YouTube videos and stuff, it's definitely great, and for editing videos, it was okay, but my gaming PC is just way better. So if you're wondering what the specs are, let's go and open up Task Manager and show you here. Alright, as you can see here, we have a GeForce RTX 5070, okay? So look here, this card is a 1440p, sometimes even 4K card, okay? It is extremely powerful. It is like the 10th most, it's like either the 10th or the 15th most powerful GPU in the world. But yeah, this thing is pretty insane compared to the Radeon TM graphics that are in this laptop, okay? It is insanely fast, like over 28 times faster in 1080p. In terms of the other specs, we have a 1TB NVMe SSD. It's a Crucial CT1000. We have 32 gigs of 6,000 megatransfers per second. No worries, I did enable XPO, or whatever they call it, XMPO, or whatever it is called for AMD. And we have a Ryzen 5 7600X, which has been overclocked and also runs at a temperature of around 95 degrees Celsius, because I cheaped out on the cooler. Okay, don't blame me. I didn't realize that this cooler wasn't powerful enough. But yeah, this computer is significantly faster than my old computer. Like, you saw the BeamNG performance. It was 1080p, lowest settings, and we were getting barely 30 frames. While this one, let's just see how well it performs. Alright, so we are in BeamNG right now. I'm using my steering wheel. We are getting, this is 1080p ultra settings. Now actually this is lower than what I normally get. It's because this game's a bit unoptimized. You can see here we're barely using 40% of our RTX 5070. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay. But yeah, as you can see here, we are getting over 50 frames. And sometimes when, BeamNG actually knows how to use the 5070, we are getting over 100 FPS in West Coast, okay? with 1080p ultra settings and enhanced reflections. Okay, which basically means I just drag the sliders all the way up. But yeah, as you can see here, this game looks beautiful. I have never seen BeamNG in person running like this. It is amazing how well it looks. I mean, you have to remember here that I'm coming from like from like Radeon TM graphics running this game at 1080p lowest settings, but now we're at 1080p ultra with enhanced reflections, and the game looks stunning. Like, wow, this game looks cinematic almost. Now, yes, guys, I do know that it's kind of dumb for me to pit a 7600X. Oh yeah, I like the reflections. I think that's pretty cool. But I know, guys, it's pretty stupid of me to pair a 7600X with a 5070 for 1080p because, you know, bottlenecks. Yeah, this system's pretty bottlenecked. In Doom the Dark Ages, I can't even run. Oh yeah, I actually got that game for free when I bought the 5070. I can't even run Doom the Dark Ages at like, well, I mean, I can run it over at 100 frames, but this CPU barely meets the minimum requirements, even for 1080p. So yeah, this 5070 is being way bottlenecked by this 7600X. Not only that, but if I go ahead and open up CPU-Z here, yes. If I go and open it up and show you guys the benchmark section of it, it's actually pretty funny how hot the CPU gets. So look here. There's a CPU thermometer right up here. I know it's technically running in the game, but that's fine. So if I stress it out, as you can see, the CPU immediately gets up to 90C before the motherboard immediately slows it down. So yeah, I cheaped out on this cooler, okay? It's a Thermaltake Contact 9 SE. It's not great, but I mean, I expected to do better because it was rated for 120 watts. And I'm barely drawing over 110. So yeah, this should be running at least like 70C or 80C at most, not 90. But I guess that's what this is, because, you know. But yeah, honestly, this 7600X still majorly outperforms the 5500U in the laptop. So yeah, still much better. Oh yeah, I have never seen BeamNG look like this in person until now. Because holy crap, was that Radeon TM graphics running BeamNG like garbage. But yeah, anyways, guys, this video will be, you know, talking about my new PC, but we're also gonna talk about how much better it is compared to my old laptop. Like, unless if you guys have experienced crappy old laptops, you will not know how much better. You will not know the performance difference, okay? And I think we have, oh yeah, we don't even have, let me turn on 4-wheel drive here. But yeah, guys, I will be making some more gaming videos soon, alright? With the help of this new PC as well, yeah. Alright, but anyways, let's get into the info about my PC, okay? Okay, so guys, in terms of motherboard, I'm using an Asus Wi-Fi, as you can see up there, a Wi-Fi B60 plus B60M plus Wi-Fi. Okay, that's the name of this motherboard. I'm pretty sure it's pretty decent. It has overclocking features. It's good enough. Okay, like I'm not a pro overclocker, so it is good enough for me. Okay, all right, and also another thing is this case. This case is actually not the best thing I got. I kind of got this because I was originally trying to put it in this Dell Optiplex GX270 because, you know, LGR called it the most boring PC ever made and made a whole video talking about how it's so boring and sucks. And, you know, I thought it'd be funny if, you know, we made a sleeper build. But it took me a few hours to realize that this power button cable does not fit modern motherboards. It's very proprietary. You know, it's the only proprietary thing about it. The power supply would actually perfectly work fine, but, you know, it wouldn't work. Not only that, but all these CDs and floppies in here would not work, okay? So, yeah, that's another problem of why I didn't build in this case. So, yeah, guys, that's why the case is kind of bad, because I had to, like, really quickly, like, go out and buy a replacement for it. Because, yeah. Oh, and also, in terms of power supply, I got a pretty decent MSI Mag A70. I know, technically, NVIDIA wants you to have an 800-watt power supply. Actually, no, technically, I think the minimum is a 750 watts. So yeah, I know a 750 watt power supply isn't the best for the 5070, but who cares, am I right? Who cares? And also, in terms of Wi-Fi speeds, this is actually pretty good. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I now have a dual monitor setup because I can actually handle 2 monitors. Unlike my old laptop, it couldn't have more than one external monitor open at a time. So yeah, Anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and go to the benchmarks here and see how much better, just how much better, does this desktop run better than my laptop. Alright guys, okay, so this is the, so look here, as you saw from my little disclaimer, well not really a disclaimer, but all these benchmarks that were shown were taken from the laptop, and all the settings used was from the video of the laptop. But anyway, so we're starting off with Minecraft for shaders here. This is Silder's Fabulous Shaders Lite, and the laptop got pretty impressive considering its specs, 68 frames, but the RTX 5070 got 381, and it could have gotten significantly more if it wasn't for the CPU bottleneck, but it still got very, very impressive frames, like insanely impressive. Oh, and also we're not doing 1% lows because it would take too much time. Alright, okay, so next up we have BeamNG here. We're going straight into the deep end, running at 1080p lowest settings. Well, actually, the laptop is running at 900p and the desktop is running at 1080p. Just so to keep things, a little bit, so that doesn't, the laptop's given at least some kind of advantage or a chance. But yeah, still though, BeamNG on the laptop got a whopping 37 frames. But with lowest settings is much more optimized, and so is able to use a lot more of the GPU even though it was lower settings, and we got whopping 456 frames on average. So yeah, really, really impressive stuff here. Oh, and also we're just going to show the entire graph for each one of them, okay? Just so you can compare it like that. The next game we have up is Long Drive. Now I know you might be looking at that and you might be like, why is it capped at perfectly 100? That's because the game doesn't really like 50 series cards, and so if you don't turn on VSync and you just leave the game uncapped with an uncapped frame rate, it just sort of limits itself to 30 frames. I think it's currently due to the current NVIDIA drivers are like really buggy and stuff. But yeah. Still though, would have done much better, especially on those low settings, or like lowish settings, I guess. But yeah, pretty impressive stuff here. Even the laptop, it got decent frame rate still. And so next up we have Muck. Okay, now look at this game is pretty easy to run considering it's free. So the kind of people that are gonna play it, are like people that don't really like buying games, aka me. And so yeah, 452 frames for the desktop. That's a lot of frames, I'm telling you, a lot of frames. But at the same settings as the laptop, except for resolution, of course, we're getting 58 frames. I know 58 is pretty impressive considering its specs, but damn, does it get absolutely walloped by the desktop. Yeah, who would have known? A 5070 is significantly faster than integrated graphics. Next up, we have Phasmophobia, and this one actually did a little worse on the desktop. I think it was because at the time I accidentally measured it at like ultra settings, so you can take this benchmark with a grain of salt. But yeah, so even with the desktop at ultra settings, it still gets over 3 times the frame rate. That is actually insane. Wow, that just shows you how much more powerful the desktop is. Sheesh. And next up we have Assetto Corsa. And yeah, obviously it does really well on the desktop. It's like a 10-year-old game at this point. A little more than 10 years old, actually. And yeah, on the laptop it got a shockingly terrible frame rate of only 45 frames when we did the benchmark. Oh yeah, and all the laptop figures weren't retested. They were just taken straight from the video of it. So yeah, you should go watch that too while you're at it. And yeah, as you can see, the new PC gets a whopping 352 frames per second, which is I don't even know. I'm bad at math, but that's like 8 times the performance. Yeah, I think the thing that's limiting here is resolution. Like, if you compare the 5070 to the integrated graphics at like 4K or 8K, you can definitely tell the difference. It's going to be a lot bigger, but this is at 1080p, so the difference is only like ranges from like 3 times to like 100 times, 3 times to like 10 times. So yeah. And last but not least, we got Wreckfest here. So yeah, if you guys are wondering, we I did not include some of the benchmarks, like for example, Madeline Cars multiplayer or Drift Hunters, because the game artificially limits the frame rate to 60. So what's the point, you know? Like, what is the actual point of measuring it if we know they're both gonna get 60, even at like 4K or something? So yeah. So yeah, Wreckfest obviously with the lowest settings at, you know, 1080p, this 5070 really does quite well, because, you know, this Wreckfest is insanely optimized and looks even pretty good on those settings. So yeah, definitely go check out Wreckfest. It's a pretty cool game, man. It's one of my favorites. BeamNG is still obviously my favorite though. It's just that Wreckfest is pretty cool as well, you know. So yeah, I guess that concludes these benchmarks. And as you can see here, the desktop is significantly better than the laptop. So yeah, we have ascended from budget baller to high-end gamer. And I know that you might say, oh, the 5070 isn't high-end, but look here. If you look on Tom's hardware survey graph, I'll show an image right now. If you look on the graph, you can clearly see, so like look here, I'll highlight out, there's a highlighted point that I put in there on top of the graph, and that's what Zach TechTurf, which is a very reliable PC YouTuber, I guess, let's just call him that, PC YouTuber, and he says that anything in this area or greater is considered high-end. So yeah, technically the 5070 is high-end. It's kind of like we put a high-end GPU into, you know, a mid-range gaming PC, which is why, you know, we're getting so much bottlenecks and stuff. But yeah, as you can see, so yeah, we've ascended from a 4-year-old budget laptop to now a brand new high-end gaming PC. So yeah, I'd say we have gone very far. So yeah, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. 100 sub Q&A. I just posted it, or will be posted. I don't know, because I haven't uploaded just yet before when recording this. So yeah. Anyways, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Okay. Anyways, guys, see you in the next video. Subscribe.